This is my off-camera flash setup, a compact Sony a7C II, a few softboxes, and a collection of flashes that keeps growing as Godox and Neewer send me units for review. It's been a journey, from my peak days with Flash to burnout during COVID to finding my way back through a documentary passion project. If that resonates, this channel is probably for you. I bought my first Godox Speedlight 12 years ago. Back then, I got inspired by the strobist community. I took photos of friends and family from time to time, but I wasn't consistent. Fast forward to autumn 2019. That's when it really clicked. It was now called OCF, Off-Camera Flash Photography. I became obsessed, shooting, editing, publishing, working with amateur models and getting some exposure on social media. During that time I learned a lot, and I've condensed some of that wisdom into a free one-light guide for dramatic portraits. You will find it in the description. That's when I moved from Fujifilm to Sony and went full frame. I was using the original Godox AD200 and later also the Pro. I fell in love with the cinematic look. I started playing with color grading. I wanted my photos to feel like movie stills. But after a while that wasn't enough anymore. I come from a journalism background and I wanted to tell stories, to move away from beauty shoots and into documentary environmental portraits, real people in their own spaces, and I started doing that. Some of you might remember that around those times a virus came to disrupt our lives. At the beginning I kept practicing at home during lockdowns. Later I shot outdoors whenever restrictions allowed. Those were strange times, definitely not fun. Still, I'm proud of what I created. In fact, some of my best work was shot during COVID. But it didn't take long before I lost consistency again. Not because I lost interest, but because the project I wanted to start required photographing older people, and the situation meant staying away from them. That lasted for a couple of years. I'm an all-in or go-home kind of person, and wanting to do something so badly while knowing I couldn't do it slowly drained my energy. I was just developing a real passion for environmental portraits when it got cut short, and that frustration turned into a burnout. It took me 5 years to heal. But last spring I decided to finally start that passion project, photographing people who work with objects from another time. I got myself a new toy to stay motivated, the new version of my favorite flash, the Godox AD200 Pro II. And I started photographing people who fit this project. Pablo, an Argentinian engraver who works with centuries-old techniques in his Paris workshop. I even made a small documentary out of it. The Last Video Store in Brussels, which is run by Juan. Ludo, who restores pinball machines. Nelson, with his second-hand hi-fi and all-record shop in Nairobi. And Jen, behind a great second-hand camera shop and printing lab in Madrid. On this channel I used to share what I was learning about filmmaking. But when I started posting flash photography content, everything changed. That's when the channel started growing consistently. That caught the attention of Godox distributors and Neewer, who started sending me flashes for review. By the way, I will leave affiliate links to some of the products I love and recommend. Using them helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. So here I am, at 45, slowly becoming a small creator in this space. I think I found my ikigai, that place where what I enjoy, what I've learned, and what's useful to others finally come together. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and check out this other video where I break down the photoshoot with Pablo in his Paris workshop.